Hi there, Gregory. Would you like to play a game? So let's talk about it. No. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach is a 2021 survival horror video game developed by Steel Wool Studios and published by Scott Games. It is the 9th main installment in the Five Nights at Freddy's series and the 13th game overall, taking place after the events of Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. The game differs from other installments in the franchise, featuring only one night instead of 5 and having brand new free roam gameplay. The player takes the role of a young boy named Gregory, who must evade hostile animatronic characters and a night guard in a large shopping mall, unveiling its morbid secrets while trying to survive until morning. There's a total of 6 different endings, with each providing a star, showing you if it's bad or good. The stars go up to a total of 3. I won't spoil any of the endings here or even talking about them in this video. You can Google or play for yourself to find out. Now, with that disclaimer out of the way, let's get into the review. Security Breach is a game my son begged me to play after he completed it himself, so I took his word and gave it a shot. I was honestly surprised of how unorganized, unfruitful, and buggy, sometimes downright broken, of a game this actually is. Despite trying to set the visuals to max out the graphical fidelity of the PS5, the game ran like a slog. It uses too much bloom effects and RTX tracing, where the game was downright unplayable in a poor polygonic FPS of the 1960s. Switching to performance mode made this thing a lot smoother, but it kinda looked downgraded to 1080p instead of that nice juicy 4K. Another thing that triggered me is the lack or sense of direction that the game gives you. And upon finally figuring out the things that you need to do, which the game throws at you, in a most beautiful, brutal, worst puzzle, you have to do these quests. Now, this game has the most dumbfounded puzzles, fetch quests that I've ever seen in a video game. It completely trolls you to the point of anger, and you cannot advance unless you find these 6 generators, without getting caught by a sun demigod waiting to plug you in the pie hole. I'm keeping my language to a minimum because I know kids will probably watch this review, but once you get past that train wreck of that, the game is more so on the stealthy side. I'm not huge into the stealth genre, but I can adapt in my taste of video gaming, whatever. And honestly, I didn't have much difficulty adjusting to this new survival stealthy approach, other than a few checkpoints in the game, like another generator fetch quest that made me want to rip my hair out, or the stupid golden weapon space laser tag minigame. The devs kind of have things twisted in their minds. On the contrary, though, it is a little bit better because the game actually does show its spooky side, and despite the lack of gore, there's some scenes in this game where it's like, yo, that's gruesome even though there's no gore or blood. And it's actually pretty cool how the atmosphere takes place and captures you. And the jump scares do have effect, as I did jump a couple of times. And it does know how to get your heart and blood pumping. The game does a good job in its spooky appeal. However, there's one thing that happens that's non-justifiable, completely game-breaking, where it severely impacts my review and the score that I'm giving it, is the game-breaking you cannot save bug that sometimes happens in your game doing who knows what. But it happens, and when it does happen, it can sometimes completely corrupt your save, where guess what? You get to start it from the beginning. However, for me, it did affect me, but I only lost about an hour or so of progress, which did make me furious, but nonetheless, I had my ego and pride in the way, so I powered through and got back on track. There is just too many variables of things that you can do to downright break the game. You can hop over walls, get stuck, and then you have to restart. You can get locked inside of Freddy, which will soft lock your game. You can go to an area where you're not even supposed to be at in one point of the game, but going there early causes you to completely freeze or just be stuck spinning in a circle where you have to also restart the game. And if you decide to do a vehicle mission, I'm not going to tell you where in the story, but there's a certain vehicle mission. If you interact with the vehicle ready to start the mission inside Freddy, the game also breaks again. So despite all of these toxic game-breaking bugs and glitches and the no save issue, the game is actually kind of fun when it worked. I did my best to possibly power my way through the game, and it's just something I will not do again. I did, however, end up getting the best possible ending thanks to the fact that my offspring helped me. We here at NGI give Five Nights at Freddy's at the Security Breach a 5 out of 10. Make sure you stay up to date with all the latest in gaming tech news and reviews. Smash that like, and as always, subscribe. God bless and peace.